Alrighty folks, here we go. Today, I think it's Friday. Could be Friday. You know what you could call. Today, it's my day. It's another day. Yuppie. It's a little talking head video. I'm going to go over a few things. And the first one is to let you know I had a relapse. Yeah. The dreaded scrolls. I got caught up in the dreaded scrolls and allowed myself to be led astray. And it's depleting. It depletes your energy, right? So there's an acceptance in the occurrence, okay? Like I let that happen. Like I kept pursuing it, right? Instead of just shutting off and going, all right, that's it for today. The discipline. So I confess, I relapsed in reinforcing my discipline and reinforcing my will to stay on course. But here we are. We have another day. Let us utilize this day in applying our corrective powers. Okay, that happened. Right. Let's get on with it. What once was no longer is. Or reminding myself of that. That which once was no longer is. Therefore, I needn't allow myself to be consumed and expend unnecessary energy, or expend energy regardless, in a realm that only exists because I'm creating the perimeters for it to be. So, does that make sense? So that which once was no longer is. It only appears to be because I've built the parameters for that experience to continue existing, and then allowing myself to even deplete more of myself in re-experiencing that which no longer is. Does that make sense? So right, relapse. This is just part of the evolution of Captain Kane. There's the battle of the will. There is going to be the battle of the will. That is part and parcel. It's part of the gig. Right. So now that that's out of the way, I bring that up just to stay congruent with you all, to let you know, whoever chooses to tune in on this content, on this path, right? On as the quest. Let's not say journey. Let us use the word quest. To be worthy of being a man, of emitting a masculine essence out there into the world, into the reality, into the parameters of life from me. Right? Right, so we've got that happening, and then something actually very cool happened today, and I'm referring to that as a cosmic confirmation, or you could call it a sign of the universe, or the signs of God, or the gods, right? Whatever it is. As a local lad here, he's obviously been tuning into some of the snippets they have been sharing in the Wooden Boats Tasmania, and he said, look, before you go spending any money, if you can't get the engine going by the end of the week, right, or by the weekend, give me a call, book in with the slipway that I recommended, and I'll tow you down. Okay, now I'm not sure if I've shared the video yet already, but in one of the videos you may come across a snippet where I have this discussion with you, the pros and cons of why I want to get the motor going. Well, either. I just want to get the motor bloody going. I want to get going. You know what I mean? I want to move on. I want to get out there in the water. I want to keep moving. In a way, because this is my home now, right? I had a chat with Dad last night. Put his photo up there on the phone, and I had a chat, and I had a cry. I had a big cry. But I said, I've got a hut. This is me home now, Dad. Right? This is my home. And you probably wouldn't agree with it, but I know that you'd still be chuffed. And it's a bummer, right, that I don't get to show him through a physical sense. But nonetheless, he's like, yeah, it's all right, son. I know, I can see. So, and I mean, like, look, this cup, like I told you, this this my granddad had cups like this, and I found out this is called anchor hocking crockery. Actually, you can get a full-on la-di-da set. So I didn't know, but my granddad used to have black lemon tea. I remember, with honey, right? So that's very cool. So excuse me, being a little bit vulnerable, aren't I? Right. So that's that part there. So there's that. To me, that this cup is a cosmic confirmation. The young fella coming in this morning saying, "Hey, look, if you can't get the motor going, I'll tow you." Right. But I also know he's looking for $1. But you know, that's what you do when you're working for yourself. But either I'm paying attention to that, because that definitely would be a good feeling to go, right, let's book in with the slipway let's book in with the slipway down the way. Yes, it's going to cost me more, but here's the flip side, right? The pros and cons. The boat's going to get up out of the water. We'll be able to get a look at the hole. I'm of the belief that it's sound. Yes, it's going to have the standard maintenance requirements. That's fine. I was going to do that anyway, right? I was just looking to minimize cost by traveling further. But by traveling further, there was the potential of a higher risk of, you know, just things not potentially working out. Like maybe the motor would pull its pants. These type of things. So whilst we're on the slip, we can get the bottom done, and I have 30 days just past this Sunday just passed 30 days, right here. So bing bang boom. And then so today we're going to check on the nappies, so stay tuned for that. That'll be what's coming up next. And before I close out, I'll just share here a Trinity recap, so that your thinking, your words and your actions, and then the power of the pen and paper productivity, you call it formula or practice. So here, some little sketches, ideas. These things help, whatever it is that you want to achieve, to practice doing more. Write that down, because the writing is a partnership, is a physical partnership to the thinking. And then I'm looking at it, there's another physical pairing or partnership or complementariness, and those things are actions. And then eventually, if you keep at it, eventually it manifests itself into an outward physicalness. And then I'm also becoming the witnesser and the experiencer of putting my words into play, putting my thoughts and my words into play. And then look what's happened. I'm getting these cosmic confirmations. And then leaning into that, allowing myself to lead myself into these possibilities. So it's dancing with the dancing in the belief of the perceived potential. So stay tuned. Right, I'm going to close this one out, and then we'll upload another video on what's happening in the engine bay, and we'll see if those nappies have done any work.